why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like, if the woman is interested, she's gonna keep looking your way too. But it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore, or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like, if God were to tell you that you're gonna go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's gonna be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just be so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys, you guys gotta do better.
You know, it's not about confidence. Here's the thing. Dating apps have made women easy. Social media has made women easy. Modern entertainment has told y'all that you can't do anything wrong, and your attitude makes it really difficult to deal with you. So here's the thing. The top men are going to smash and dash, and other men are just going to go their own way. It's a very simple equation.
I feel like things are just backwards over here in Australia, you guys. So when I first moved here, not a single guy came up to me at the clubs and hit on me. And I found it a bit weird. I was like, kind of offended, not gonna lie. Coming from North America, I don't know, I was kind of offended. It was really nice because I could just go out with the girlies, have a good time, you know what I mean? Like, no guys were coming up to me, like, it was great. Anyways, now I have a boyfriend, and every time my boyfriend and I go out to the clubs, there are 1,000 girls coming up to him and hitting on him, and no guys come up to me at all. And I'm like, is that just how it is here? Like, do the girls put in the work? Like, is it just a bit backwards? Because, like, in North America, it's like the guys come up to the girls, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know any girls that would go up to a guy, so it just seems a bit backwards. Like, can someone please explain this to me? Also, why is every single guy short? Like, I'm a pretty short girl, and I tower over all these men at the club.
It's quite crazy that this woman has a boyfriend but still expects men to approach her. That just shows you that women love and are addicted to attention and public validation. Men are no longer feeding into the attention hunger games, and subsequently, women are beginning to squeal online. Go figure.
I was speaking to my mum about dating, and because I'm out a lot for work and things like that, and I love to socialize, she was like, oh, like, have you met anyone out? And I'm like, well, I will see a guy that, say, I've texted or, like, met online or have mutuals with, and he will, like, look at me and then turn away and then message saying, like, hey, you looked gorgeous today. And that's, like, a universal experience for every girl. Like, guys will just text you later on.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, modern women love to make spectacles and reject men publicly so that they can inflate their egos. Go figure.
And Mum's like, what the, like, Mum's like, when I would go out, if a guy was interested, he'd straight up go, like, hey, I'm interested in you, like, whatever, what's your number? And if you liked him, you'd give him your real one. If you didn't, you'd change one digit. That's what she said to me.
Well, the difference between your mother's time and today's era is that women have Instagram and get instant validation from the entire planet. Go figure.
My mum did make a point that I go for socially awkward private school boys that don't know how to talk to girls because I went to single sex schools, so that's a big factor too. But, like, I took it upon myself to call my guy friend and literally ask for the answers. I'm like, just tell me, like, what is stopping guys from just, like, approaching girls naturally and not, like, sleazy, just, like, literally for a conversation?
I'll tell you what it is. Entitlement, inflated sense of ego, and thinking that the world revolves you and that Instagram is actually a real place. Go figure.
Because guys that, like, do that, like, reap the benefits anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be a sleaze to, like, pull a girl in the first place. My guy friend said, unless a girl is, like, making it that obvious, like at a pub, for example, that she's into him, he's like, she has to fully be, like, waving at me for me to think to go over. And he said that rejection just isn't worth it these days because that girls, like, have higher standards of men.
Yeah, it's not higher standards, it's delusional standards and entitlement.
So guys genuinely feel like they just aren't good enough and to go up and introduce themselves. And I'm like, that's actually kind of sad, because I do feel like girls are getting judgier, but I also feel like boys are the same. And I think it goes down to dating apps and social media, obviously.
And there you have it. Every woman thinks because she can get a few likes on social media that she's a supermodel. Go figure.
But dating apps is like shopping. Like, no, 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 yes, no, 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 no. So it's like people are getting pickier. But yeah, it's like people don't know how to socialize anymore. And it's really sad.
I think what's more sad is that no woman believes that she's average anymore because she can get a few likes on Instagram and get a couple hundred of likes on a dating app. Go figure. Don't forget to check out the other videos.
This is a public service announcement for white men. It is okay to approach a Latina at the bar.
That part, yep.
It is okay
Yeah.
to like a Latina. We are equals. We are pretty people. We are also equal to the blondes at the bar.
Even better.
Even better, maybe. I don't wanna. Perhaps.
Don't quote me on it, but
Please, it is okay to approach a Latina at the bar. It is okay.
We will talk to you.
We will talk to you. It is okay. I promise. It is okay. Please approach us. We are all one. We are begging.
We're begging.
We're on our hands and knees. Please approach us.
I'm on my knees.
Like, what the?
You see, here's the thing that a lot of human beings generally do not want to accept is that humans like other humans who share the same culture and traits as them. So if she's out there looking for white men to approach her, she needs to ask herself what's wrong with Latina men.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you.
You know, once you give modern women what they want, they're actually just gonna complain about it. Let's continue and hear what she has to say.
Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience.
Well, I think the worst part is when women actually record these social interactions and try and humiliate men out of it. Go figure.
But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence. And
You see, here's the thing. As long as you're attractive, women will put up with 90% of your bullshit. Let's continue.
And that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested, and then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know?
That's the problem. Women watch too much movies. Let's continue.
Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine, and it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've
only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but
I think women are more concerned about the fact that they're no longer getting free attention and validation in public more than the fact that men aren't approaching them. Go figure.
I think that might help.
I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community. And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more. And I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person. And I just don't want to lose that as a humanity.
Nah, I think women have just become very self-centered creatures because Instagram and all the social media algorithms feed them free dopamine and validation from the entire planet, where they don't even have to work on them being good people or making themselves approachable or good at conversations. Go figure.
I've been single for 7 years, and I'm curious if other Christian single women have had this same experience. Over the years, I've had so many people that have said to me, Jess, maybe your standards are just too high. Which is so interesting to me because my standards don't include anything about height or income or eye color or hair color. But here's what my standards do include. The man that's pursuing me should be pursuing God more than anything. He has to love the Lord with his whole heart and his whole soul. And second to that should be how he loves others. He should be ready and willing to lead his wife and his home by example, and to cherish his wife like Christ cherishes his church. So literally by definition, those are God's standards, not mine. So I guess my standards are high, heaven high, because that's where they come from.
Well, I only have one question. Are you still a virgin? Well, if not, you're just hyping yourself up and passing on the baggage to the next man. Go figure.
Can't be the only person who feels like this. So I'm 30 years old. I'm unemployed. I've been unemployed for 4 months. I literally can't get a job. I've applied to over 150 jobs. I now have negative $4.41 in my savings account because of the monthly service fee that just hit. I don't know when I'm going to get a job. I feel very lost. This feeling of being unemployed and applying to jobs and retailing your resume, getting rejected and then seeing the job reposted literally 2 weeks later is demoralizing. And remembering that I am still worthy and I am still valuable has been very difficult. I left my last job because it was destroying my mental and physical health. I liked the job, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I applied to a new job, and I was going to make the most money I was ever supposed to make in my life. And they laid me off 4 days before I was supposed to start due to company reorganization. And I haven't been able to find a job since. I don't have a Roth IRA. I don't have any type of investment accounts. I don't know if I'll ever own a house. I am married, but we're both children, to be quite honest with you. I live in an apartment that we can no longer afford because I lost my job, moved down here for the job that laid me off 4 days before I was supposed to start. So when you sign a lease, you just can't get out of it like that. That's not how that works.
You know, in the past, a woman like this would have been married and taking care of children while her husband did all the work. But since women flooded the workforce and doubled the labor supply, they literally have the need for labor. So this is what happens when you have too much labor in the market. It just doesn't hold as much value. Go figure.
I know we've already been talking about this for a long time, but like working really just feels so unnatural. Like for 40 hours a week, someone else is telling you that you can't sleep, can't eat, you have to ask to go to the bathroom or like let someone know that you're going to the bathroom, and like you're just living under all these rules for 40 hours a week. That's crazy. That's the whole week. And you think like, oh, you have 8 hours on, you know, like 12 hours off. No, you don't. You come home at 5:30. If you want to go to the gym, you get home around like 7:30 if it's a quick workout. If you really push it, it's like 8. Then you got to cook dinner. Then you got to clean up from working. And then you go to bed and wake up at what? 7, 6 so that you can go back to work for 8 hours a day and then have 2, maybe 3 hours to yourself afterwards. And I realize this is a conversation we've been having, but can we keep having it? Because like until something changes, this is f***ed up. This is actually f***ed up.
Welcome to the life of being a responsible adult. I mean, this is why men used to do the labor and women used to do the housekeeping. But then you have women today who have the nerve to say that they're prisoners in their own home. Go figure.
Girls will only like you if you're attractive and rich. I'm sorry, what? Y'all, who is lying to you? Who is lying to you? All my comments are like, well, she won't like me because I'm shopped. the amount of chopped guys that I have liked, that my friends have liked, that like super, like really, really cool, really awesome people have liked. There is so much more than initial attraction, okay? Here's what it is, okay? It's all about how you make them feel. Do you make them feel wanted? Do you make them feel appreciated? Do you make them laugh? Is there a sort of like mysterious element about you? I think that's why people think that nice guys never get a girl, because they're too available, okay? You have to be available, but you also have to have like some time to yourself, okay? To keep her thinking and to be like, wait, like, does he like me? Does he not? And then when she's thinking all that, that's when you ask her out. That's when you go. You set it up. You set it up perfectly. You show her some interest, but not fully. You don't confess all your love just yet. Then you ask her out and you slowly kind of ease into it. But you want to show her that you're interested, because people like people that are interested a lot more than people that are interesting, okay? Let that sink in. It's not about looks.
Men, please stop trying to be influencers. Like, we need electricians and mechanics and plumbers. Like, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should get my ass in the kitchen.
And they like to say that they don't need men in this world. Go figure.
And I feel like I need some advice. I feel like either a guy, like I'm super attracted to him, and yeah, he's like really hot, but he has either the personality of a wet fish, or he's just an absolute idiot, or he just isn't ready for commitment. And then the other side is I've met people that I get on really well with and they're ready to settle down, but I'm just not physically attracted to them at all. And I just don't know what the best thing to do is. I think most people are going to say just settle down with someone that you get on with, because looks aren't everything. But I also feel like you have to be physically attracted to someone, because that takes the situation from like a friendship to a relationship. So yeah, it's tough out here, guys.
I think the problem with women like this is that hot guys will knock them down, but they definitely won't cuff them up. Go figure.
Girls influencing girls is one of the most underrated relationship destroyers. Stop sharing your relationship and your problems with your friends, full stop. The second you tell your girl a bad thing your man did, that's the only version of him she will remember. He could evolve, be perfect, change. She will never see that. She'll just see the mistake. And most girls do not have your best interest at heart. Sorry. They don't know your dynamic. They don't see the private moments, the growth, the good times. They just hear the drama and subconsciously enjoy it. And the moment your man slips up, they're circling like vultures. You deserve better. I would never tolerate that. Ew, that's so icky. You can do so much better than him. And slowly they get into your head. They make you forget why you chose him. They make you question your relationship that was actually fine. Because misery loves company. Unless he's actually toxic, disrespectful, whatever, then you already know. I don't need to tell you. But other than that, keep your relationship private.
You know, there's a very wise saying is that if you love something, you protect it. Never let people know your source of income, how much money you make, and who you mate with. Go figure.
If you've been noticing an influx of conservative and modest silhouettes and styles being pushed into mainstream fashion, I just want to say that that's no coincidence that that is happening while we are experiencing a very prominent rise in conservative, misogynistic powers. Alt-right powers quite literally do want women and femmes to feel shame about their bodies and shame about their sexuality. And if you feel the desire to comment, it's not that deep, I promise you it is that deep. So if you're ever thinking to yourself like, oh, I kind of like want my tits out for this outfit, but it just doesn't feel like the vibe, put your tits out, bring them out, bring them out. I want to see crack, I want to see whale tail, I want to see midriff, I want to see big belly hanging out, I want to see boobs, I want to see areola through the shirt. If you are a freak, I promise you that being a freak in public, in front of people who it will make uncomfortable, is important.
You know, women think that men are just trying to oppress them by trying to put restraint on their promiscuity, but in reality, it's more of a public health issue than what it is a morality issue. Go figure.
Right, man, listen up. So why do you care so much what your girl wears on a night out or when she leaves the house without you, for that matter? If I want to wear a skirt, a jumpsuit, a play suit, and it's eating my ass, I will. And if that bothers you, don't put that onto your girl. You're the insecure one.
You know, the crazy part about all of this is that if your girl is wearing a mini skirt and some random man decides to grope her, you're probably going to have to step up for her and defend her. Then obviously you should have a say in what she wears in public if you're the one who's going to have to defend her if something goes wrong. Go figure.
Being single is amazing for many reasons. First being, you can go as long as you want and talk to nobody, and then the next second you can talk to as many people as you want. But the best part is running around. You're able to run around. You're at a bar. You're just running around that bar. The world is your oyster. You can talk to as many people as you want. You can catch a vibe. No one's telling you, wait here, sit here, meet me over here. Or like, oh, my boyfriend's sitting down, so I want to hang out with him the whole time. No. You do whatever you want. You're at a wedding. You have no plus one, no date. You're running around the wedding, talking to everyone. It's beautiful.
You know, the crazy part that women like this leave out is that they're also jumping in and out of entanglements with other men and then wonder why no one wants to settle down with them at the end of the day. Go figure.
Your goal in life should be to be so in alignment that everything feels like you're on the right path. Example, I just hit my car on a pole and I'm not even mad. I'm like, you know what? It could be worse. Like, that was supposed to happen. I don't know why, but it was.
You know, it's crazy that women will literally behave like little girls but still expect us to take them seriously. Give me a break.
It's kind of crazy that men will never know what it's like to walk into a room, like walk into a club, walk into a event, and just immediately draw all eyes to you. Like a f***ing magnet. Like you'll walk into a room and all the energy is like to you.
Yeah, just as much as most women will never know what it's like to sit in peace and quiet and not even have to listen to your own thoughts, just thinking about nothing. You know what I mean, fellas?